Hey, I'm going live, so please don't. Just hold up. Oh, fuck.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Thank you so much. Alright, and now that beautiful prayer has been blessed our ears.
Oh, you're live.
I am live. Yeah, that opened up the live.
Oh.
That right there opened the live.
Kevin James, everyone.
Kevin James. It's been a month. Yep, it's been a month.
Happy May, happy June.
Happy May, happy Jesus Christ. Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah, it's been a month. There's been a lot that's happened. Yeah. I don't know. How do I do this, Jack? How do I do this? Let's get into it.
Shake that rust off. Get back into it.
Literally. Let's start at the sport that we talk about every single week. And talk about some football. Some American football. Or, as some stupid British people say, rugby. Even though it's not fucking rugby. Let's get into it. What has happened? So, one of the things that Jimmy G might not be ready for the season. And I know he's not on my team anymore. But he will forever be one of my favorite players. So, hopefully he's ready for the season. Because I would like to watch him play every 5 or so weeks when the Raiders are on primetime. Yeah.
Josh Allen's on the Madden cover.
Josh Allen is on the Madden cover. Hopefully it doesn't go as bad as these many interceptions he threw in the 2022 season. Because if the game is as dog shit as his throwing numbers in 2022, we're going to have an issue.
Are you trying to say that Josh Allen was in any way, shape, or form bad? That he was anything less than like a top 3 or 4 quarterback in football?
No, I was not. I was trying to emphasize the interceptions, the league-leading interceptions that he threw last season. Not
everyone would take those interceptions.
Oh, 100%. But I'm just... I understand, but what I'm trying to say is let's not throw as many interceptions as Josh Allen, EA Sports, and make a good game for once.
I would rather EA Sports made games the way Josh Allen plays football. Because for the most part, they make games the way that, like,
Nathan Peterman.
Brock Purdy would play football.
Whoa. Brock Purdy doesn't... No, Brock Purdy don't throw interceptions, my guy.
That's what I'm saying. They play it too safe.
No, they don't. They play it dumb.
To do.
Nothing in this last game was good.
No, but you know what it was? It was the exact same thing as the year before. It was the tried and true recipe of what sells, doing exactly the right things, but not going above that because they don't want to take unnecessary risks. They don't want to accidentally throw an interception by trying out this huge new feature. So I'd rather they do the Josh Allen route where they take these huge risks, they give us all these new features. If some of them suck, so be it. That would be like a quote-unquote interception. But I'd rather they try.
No. Here's the thing. You can't say that Madden is like Brock Purdy. Because Brock Purdy can be ballsy sometimes. Alright, EA is never ballsy. EA just sucks. Anyway, back to American football.
I use Brock Purdy as an example mostly to annoy you.
Oh, I understand that. But, no. Let's go, news. I don't know what I haven't really been keeping up with the NFL like at all.
I mean, if you want me to to kind of
Yeah, you know what, Jack? Take
here.
the reins with me because I don't know what is going on the past month.
Clearly
So,
very
please.
prepared.
Yes.
So, whew, long time. I mean, the last one we did was the last week of April, right? Or was it the week before that even? So it's been a hot minute. But some things kind of, sort of in decreasing, like, chronological order, or reverse chronological order. You've got Isaiah Rodgers being investigated for, like, mega gambling violations.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I did know about
all
that.
of the other violations so far have been betting on college games, or, like, I mean, Calvin Ridley was serious, but that was also betting in favor of his team while he was away from the team. But, like, all of the Lions guys were, like, betting on college games from the team facility or something like that, where it wasn't really that serious. Isaiah Rodgers supposedly placed, like, hundreds of bets on NFL games, including games that the Colts were involved in.
A month
And
ago.
if we're
I don't
talking
know what
hundreds, that's like sicko level gambling.
Yeah.
That's not like he's casually placing a bet on his alma mater the way the Lions guys were. That's like serious sports betting while being an NFL athlete.
Which I don't understand why you can't bet on your alma mater.
In their case,
It was at
it's
team
specifically
facilities.
in the rules that you cannot place bets from the team facility.
Got it. It was at the team facility. Okay.
Yes. They were at the team
Okay.
facility when they placed it.
Got it.
And it wasn't communicated to the players well enough, clearly, in the Lions organization. And so they misunderstood that rule. But Rodgers, I mean, that's, like, serious.
I also want to say rest in peace to Jim Brown, who
Yeah.
died May 18th.
That's a complicated one. It's got a complicated legacy.
Yeah.
But
Very good, though.
he was good at football. But, you know,
What else is going on, Jack, in the NFL?
Damar Hamlin has returned to practice.
Fantastic.
So that's small update on that end. Some interesting things have happened. I mean, Tom Brady is supposedly involved with the
Of the
Raiders,
yeah.
which only gets more interesting with Garoppolo hurt.
Yep.
We've got a few contract extensions. I mean, the Bills extended at Oliver, which that one's interesting to me. Because on one hand, Oliver is good. On the other hand, the Bills already have so many players, and players at, like, more important positions, that I don't really understand paying a good but not great pass rushing D tackle. But maybe that's just me.
What else? Commanders Chase Young feels night and day difference since his injury. What else? Ron Rivera not committed to Sam Howell as starter. Happy with Commandos. Who the fuck is their competition? Brissett! Give it to Brissett. Give it to Brissett. Give that man a job. Let's see. The scheduling came out since we last talked, correct?
Yep. Although I don't think there's anything that super stands out about the schedule.
No.
I mean, we've got a Black Friday game, but other than that,
We can talk about
at this point, anyone who needs to see the schedule has seen the schedule. I don't think we'd add terribly much.
We can talk about some of the prime time, aka Niners Cowboys.
I mean, it exists.
Yeah, it does.
To me, the only noteworthy changes with the schedule were the Black Friday game and the Thursday flex thing, which sucks.
Okay, hold up. Why the fuck are the Bills Jets on #1 on the NFL's primetime games ranked? It's the fucking Jets.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What's your point here?
They're gonna get their shit kicked in.
You know the Jets had a top defense last year.
I know, but counterpoint.
And they've gone from
Bills.
the worst quarterback that the NFL has
You
seen
cannot.
in years.
No. You mean the best quarterback?
Whatever. They've gone from the worst quarterback that the NFL has seen in literal years, not just last season.
Johnny
but the worst in
Manziel,
a
I feel
while.
like, was worse.
Yeah, but that was years ago. And also,
true.
I might have to disagree with you on that.
I mean,
It's kind of hard to tell because Manziel didn't have... the Jets have elite talent on offense, which is the craziest part of how bad they were. They have a really good receiving core.
Johnny Manziel went.
And so even if Aaron Rodgers isn't Aaron Rodgers, the Jets should be strong playoff contenders. And that's one of the league's best defenses going against one of the league's best offenses. And each of those teams will also have at least a pretty good offense and defense.
Johnny Manziel was 2 for 6.
Okay.
7. So that's really funny.
Okay.
So hold up. So I looked something up. So Johnny Manziel went 2 and 6, had 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Zach Wilson went 5 and 4 with 6 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
Yeah, the Jets had one of the best defenses in football last year.
That's really funny.
And obviously touchdowns and interceptions are far from something that you can say this defines a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's
it helps winning though. I mean, if you don't score touchdowns, you're not gonna win.
This is true.
9 times out of
Touchdowns
10
can come in other ways.
That's true.
I mean, didn't Jamal Williams have double-digit rushing touchdowns of 1 yard this year?
He had. That is why did I look up Jamal Williams and it gives me a wait, what the? How do you spell Jamal Williams? What?
But anyway, it really is Bills Jets, assuming that Aaron Rodgers isn't as bad as Zach Wilson, which I think is a safe assumption no matter how good you think he still is.
Why did he spell his name like that?
Bills Jets should be a really good heavyweight matchup.
He had 17 touchdowns. So
Yeah.
most likely, yeah. Yeah. Did rush over 1,000 yards though. Anyway, are we I don't know what else is going on. Is that it? Is that all that?
I mean, I think so. I don't know if you have more
I do not. I have no clue.
thoughts
I
on
have
Thursday flex.
thoughts on Thursday flex. Fuck no. No. Don't. Fuck no. Alright. No. Get rid of it. So, we move on to soccer. This is my realm. Arsenal. Bottled the league. Okay, so Man City has won the league by at least 5 points. Or maybe I don't know. Hold on, 5 points? Yeah. Yeah, 5 points. Pretty much, Erling Haaland is an absolute robot, and we completely bottled. Anyway, Man City got first, Arsenal second, Man U third, Newcastle fourth somehow, I don't know. Liverpool clawed their way back up to fifth, Brighton in sixth, Aston Villa in seventh. Tottenham! Oh, I'm gonna chat shit to my friend now. Tottenham in eighth. They're not in Champions League, they're not in Europa, they're not even in Europa Conference League. That's funny. So, Chelsea finished in 12th because they're shit. And Leicester, Leeds, American United, and Southampton are all being relegated. Top scorer was Erling Haaland. Next was Harry Kane, then Ivan Toney, then Mohamed Salah, then Callum Wilson, and De Bruyne was top assister with Lisandro Trossard, Mohamed Salah, Saka, and Elise following. Casemiro led the entire league in red cards. And yeah. Cool, that's that. And then Champions League. Man United are in the Champions League final. They might actually win a Champions League. The game is in 3 days, so we'll see. Alright, baseball, Jack?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Man, baseball's such a strange sport. You play 162 games, and sometimes it feels like everyone is the most important that there will ever be. And sometimes they just happen, and you can't really care less. Your Pittsburgh Pirates. I believe the last time we talked, they were off to an unreal start to the season and were like one of the best teams in baseball. That was in April. They proceeded to have one of the worst months of May that anyone could have, and a series win against the Giants to close out the month was the only thing keeping them from their worst month in 2 years. Keep in mind that this is the team that has the first pick in this year's draft. That has been horrible for years, and they almost matched their worst month, while still being in first place of their division for a lot of it. And even still, a few days into May and just losing a series to the Oakland Athletics, they're only one game out of the division lead. Truly bizarre happenings in Pittsburgh. They look incredible, and they look awful, and they look incredible, and they look awful. And I think everyone here knows that the reality leans more towards the awful side, but they're still above 500, and when they look good, they look good. And everyone wants to believe in them, which is so strange. Oh, you in the back.
I just want to ask, why are the Orioles above the Yankees in the standings?
I was going to get there.
Okay, good.
I haven't finished storytelling yet.
Okay, finish storytelling.
But if you want teams to actually believe in, that have young cores that are actually worth something, instead of prospects that keep routinely failing, like the Pirates. Although I shouldn't say that, because Cruz looks like he's pretty good, and we haven't seen either of the catchers yet, but we might soon. The Arizona Diamondbacks are currently in first in the NL West, having overtaken the Dodgers, at least for now.
Somebody not
with
the Dodgers.
A really exciting young core, a really fun team in general, one of the best pitchers in the game in Zach Gallen, who you may know from his interview back in college, even though I think a lot of people don't associate those two. But that's a fun one if you want to look at it later. But they're having a good time over there in the desert. Another team with an exciting young core that's doing similarly well record-wise, but has to share a division with the Rays. You got the Baltimore Orioles, who basically since Adley Rutschman has come up and been more than anyone hoped he would be, it's hard, like, from day one to be basically the undisputed best player at your position. And somehow Adley Rutschman, who is incredible at every single aspect of playing catcher, like blocking, framing, his arm is great, and he's also a super talented middle-of-the-order bat as a switch hitter. He could probably pitch if we wanted him to, and he might not allow a run. Like, this guy is insanely good. And the Orioles have been basically a 100-win team since he's come up. They're 14 games above 500 right now. They're having a dream start to the season. And they have the young core and a bunch more prospects coming up that makes you think that this could last. So that's incredible for them. But of course, they're being overshadowed by the Rays, who... I mean, it's been the same story all year for them. I'm sure I mentioned it in April. Somehow they went from having really good pitching and a lineup that was meh at best to having basically the exact same lineup. Like, all of the players are the same, but they've had like a 2021 Giants.
I was just gonna say that!
2021 Giants level. Like, every single player in the lineup is having the best year of their goddamn career. Like, they've turned Taylor Walls into a good hitter. It's insane. They have a plus 132 run differential, which is the second best in baseball. And if it weren't for one, like, 20-run loss to the Blue Jays, they'd be right there with the Rangers, who themselves are a great story. But I don't know. Those are the teams I wanted to highlight as far as what they've done so far. I'd go look at what the Rangers are doing on your own time. And as for why Baltimore is ahead of the Yankees right now in the standings, it's because they are. The Yankees have been hurt.
Shit.
Sure. The Yankees have been hurt a lot. The Yankees have had the hardest schedule in baseball. And they're still 10 games above 500. So, like, they're having an okay season, all things considered. They're just in a division, in the hardest division in baseball, and in a division with two of the best teams in baseball. Which, kind of a tough spot to be for anyone. Like, Boston would be leading the AL Central with their record as is, and would honestly cruise to win the NL Central if they were in that division instead of having their schedule, because they've also had an insanely hard schedule to this point. Every team in the AL East is above 500. It's nutty.
So this is like the NFC West before everyone turned shit.
Okay. Or the NFC East every, like, 4 years or something.
Yeah, but, like, well... Yeah, but not everyone's over 500. You still have, like... I guess. Yeah, sure. Let's go with the NFC East. Who
and in other stories...
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I was going to ask, who would be the MVP if the season ended today?
I mean, that's a question. Well, which league first?
American and National.
American League, it's hard to say because Shohei Ohtani has not had a very good start to the year.
Mike
so
Trout.
I think you probably give it to Judge.
Fuck!
As of now.
Not
Mike Trout has not been that good this year. He's been good, don't get me wrong, but he's certainly not been MVP good.
What happened to Mike Trout?
He aged.
That's not fun.
I don't really know what to tell you.
It's not fun.
I mean, he's 31.
Judge, like,
he's in his
30?
He's in his, like, 12th or 13th season.
Judge is 31 as well.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
One has been playing for like 13 years and one has been playing for like 6. Judge came up when he was like 25.
That is true.
And also, one's game relies a lot more on his speed as far as Trout, which is not to say that Trout isn't an insanely talented hitter, but Judge is the kind of hitter that can do what he does to an older age effectively because he's got that kind of crazy power. Where, like, he's never been particularly fast and he's never really provided value with his legs. And he's good defensively, but... What?
Is he not an outfielder?
Yeah, he plays right field, and he's played center a lot for the Yankees, but he's actually very good defensively, but more of his value comes from him being 6'7" and him being, like, smart than from his speed. And so there's an upper limit to what he can do in the outfield. That works for him in right field, especially in Yankee Stadium's right field, which is notoriously kind of small. Mike Trout is a center fielder through and through. And so as he starts to age, as there's more kind of miles on his legs, it just becomes harder to get around out there where, you know. And I'm sure he's still
Mike Trout's an outfielder,
highly. What?
Mike Trout's an outfielder.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike Trout still has 96th percentile sprint speed, which is insane. But his defense has taken a hit in recent years, regardless.
Well, is his hitting still the same, though?
Not really.
Fuck.
But it's not bad by any means, right?
So no more MVP for Mike Trout.
Well, it doesn't help that one of the best players we've ever seen is his teammate.
Yo, trade him. Trade him to the NL.
Ohtani?
Yep.
They might.
Gonna be
They're
honest.
not in playoff contention.
Exactly. They need to
Ohtani's
actually
probably not re-signing. No, like they're probably gonna. If they're not in playoff contention, they're probably trading Ohtani because he's leaving in free agency. If they're not making the playoffs this year,
he should have done what Mike Trout did fucking years ago. Leave, Ohtani. Fucking leave, please. We don't need to see.
Didn't leave.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He should have fucking left years ago in there because they've been shit.
Well, it's not like everyone told him exactly what would happen if he went to the Angels when he signed in the U.S. So I don't think people feel
he could have left the free agency, man. He could have left.
No, I'm talking about Ohtani.
Oh, well, he signed there.
He chose the Angels. He was a
why?
International free agency works when you hit a certain age.
Oh my fuck! Why would you sign with them? I get they have Mike Trout.
I don't know.
I get they have Mike Trout.
But,
gee, play for the Giants, my guy. We'll take you, please. Save our franchise. Save our dying franchise.
Unfortunately, like every other player they pursued in free agency, I'm not sure how much he'd
All
want to
right,
go there.
all right.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I want to die.
I mean, hey, you almost signed Correa. Jacob deGrom just got Tommy John. So
he's injured again?
Yeah. I know that you don't follow baseball, like, at all. But do you think he makes the Hall of Fame?
Yes. He is.
Why?
Why? Doesn't he have like 2 or 3 Cy Youngs?
He has like 2 Cy Youngs, but it's the Baseball Hall of Fame.
And he's the great. Yeah, he's the fucking. Is he not one of the best pitchers of this generation? If no injuries.
True talent-wise, sure.
Is he
but
not?
He's played like 3 seasons. I mean, that's obviously an understatement, but.
Hold up. Let me. Give me a sec. Jacob. Alright, give me a second. Who is the worst pitcher you know in the Baseball Hall of Fame that's like not like from like the 1820s?
It's kind of hard to tell because eras are different too, right?
Alright, just pick one. Just pick a shitty pitcher that you think is not deserving of the Hall of Fame.
No.
Okay. Well, that doesn't give me... Alright, Pedro Martinez. There are 2 Pedro Martinez that played baseball? shit.
So, wait a minute.
What?
You did not just say Pedro was bad.
I was waiting for you to catch on to that shit. I know he's good, but we're gonna give him, because Pedro didn't last that long. He was injury prone. We're gonna give him some. We're gonna give him the same treatment. Okay, so Jacob de. Whoa.
What?
Yeah, no, he ain't Hall of Fame. If he played like a couple more seasons though and like stayed fucking healthy.
Hey,
yeah, no, that's
Pedro's not a great comparison because he's like insanely good.
I know, but he's still. Yeah, Jacob deGrom is 1,356 innings pitched. Pedro, who wasn't the best with it, wasn't the healthiest at 2,800. Was he not the healthiest? Pedro wasn't the healthiest. Am I wrong by saying that? Was Pedro like healthy? Because to my knowledge, he wasn't that healthy.
I'm not really sure where you got that from.
Well, because he fucking.
To be honest.
Well, I got that from him not really. Actually, he did play a good amount of games in his early years. I'm
assuming you're looking at his stat page right now. 200 innings is like a lot in a year. Like that's like you stayed healthy
200,
basically all year.
200 innings
in a season.
Oh, he wasn't injury prone at all. Who the fuck is injury prone? Who's an injury prone pitcher Hall of Famer?
I don't know. My favorite to compare him for comparing to DeGrom is Mariano Rivera.
Well,
no.
That's really funny.
So
that's really funny. They're playing two entirely different positions.
Yes, and that's exactly the point. So Mariano Rivera put up like 12 more wins above replacement in his career, and is like has all the accolades, right?
Yeah.
You know, World Series MVP, best closer of all time,
reliever of the year 5 times,
easy Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He and DeGrom, at least to this point in DeGrom's career, have thrown about the same amount of innings. When you consider that one is a starter and should throw way more innings than a reliever over the course of a career. If this is kind of the start of the end for DeGrom, if he's going to be out for a year plus with Tommy John recovery, and by that point, he's going to be pretty old as far as like a pitcher goes, especially a pitcher with his kind of velocity.
He started at 26?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here!
Well, he didn't come up as a shortstop, but like he was a shortstop at first. And got converted. You didn't know this?
Fuck no, I didn't know that. What? What? Mariano Rivera.
Anyway, well, you're shocked.
Alright, nah, that motherfucker ain't making the Hall of Fame. Hell no.
He was initially a shortstop in college.
Brother, Pedro pitched 65 fucking
Anyway, DeGrom's one of the... He's a case where, like, is he one of the best talents we've ever seen pitching? Oh, yes. I can't hear you. Hold on.
Hello?
Now I can.
Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
What were you saying?
No, I was just... Pedro started like 60-something game. Or not started. He fucking pitched in 60-something games in a season. That's weird. That's 50, yeah.
DeGrom's a rare case where he's one of the best talents we've seen in a while. He is undeniably great, but he just hasn't done much. Like, counting stats wise, right?
Yeah.
Because he's played 10 seasons now, but he's only pitched more than 100 innings in like half of them. Even though I guess you can't really count the COVID season as one of them. So, more than half of them, 2/3 of them. But he's just, I don't know. I don't think this is like the Football Hall of Fame necessarily, where like your Megatron types get in. And that's not even a good example because Megatron was like durable. And his knock was that he only played like 9 seasons?
Yeah.
DeGrom's played 10, and he's barely made it through the last 4 of them.
Yeah. Damn.
So I don't know. It's closer than it feels like it should be, because I think everyone knows that he's so good. But everyone also isn't shocked at all when after pitching in 6 games this year, he needed Tommy John.
How many Tommy Johns is that? Like 5?
I think it makes, for Tommy John alone, I think it makes his, I don't actually know. I don't think he's had a ton, but I know he's had at least one before.
Second.
2010.
20.
Yeah, it's a second. 2010 and 2023.
Wait a minute. No. Whoa, wait a minute. Jacob deGrom had his first. Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah, this is.
He's had a million other injuries. But it's his only other Tommy John.
Why do I feel like he's had more goddamn Tommy Johns?
Well, because he's had like surgery on a nerve in his elbow. He's had other elbow injuries. He's had a bunch of shoulder injuries.
DeGrom, why the fuck do you have to be so goddamn injury prone? You are literally one of the greatest talents the sport has ever fucking seen.
He's not really a natural pitcher who throws harder than he really built up to throwing, if you want kind of an honest answer.
So is there a way to like stop that? Like what? Or is there a way to, like, I don't...
Not really.
Is there a way to like change that? Because like other pitchers aren't getting injured at the rate that he is. So what?
At the rate that he is, no, but other pitchers are certainly getting injured.
I understand that pitchers. I understand pitchers get injured, but he's getting injured at an obscene rate.
He also has stuff that no other pitcher has. Any pitcher that throws about as hard as him is going to be not as injury prone, but close to it. With the exception of like Garrett Cole.
Can he like slow his shit down?
Then he won't be effective.
Okay, I have a question. You know how like they have WD-40 for some like for like, you know, shit that's like, you know, rusty? Can we get WD-40 inserted into his arm so his arm isn't fucked? Is that how that works?
I think that's called a cortisone injection, and I'm sure he's had plenty of injections.
Can we do that? Just give him some WD-40
Trust me,
please.
Trust me when I tell you that that's already been tried.
Fuck. All right. Well, that sucks.
But anyway, some fun rookies too. Bryce Miller for the Mariners had a great run of like 5 games where he was unhittable, and then he ran into a weird half punt lineup for the Yankees and imploded, and also imploded in his most recent start. So that's interesting. There are stories that he was the next Spencer Strider until there just weren't. Ellie De La Cruz just got called up for the Reds, and he's been mashing baseballs. He's like a 2 inches shorter version of O'Neal Cruz for the Pirates. Like, they're very similar player profiles. They both have elite sprint speed, elite exit velocity, and they're like giants that play shortstop, which, interesting that there are 2 of them in one division, but, you know. But I think that's more than enough baseball.
All right, on
for one
to
day.
the NBA. Now, I haven't watched as much NBA this season as I have in previous seasons, especially when it comes to the playoffs. But I have been keeping up via TikTok. Thank you, all the TikTok edits of teams winning or losing, because I really appreciate it. The Bucks. You finished as the 1 seed and the best record in the NBA, and you shit yourself versus the 8-seeded Heat, who are now in the NBA Finals. But more on that. We'll get more into that. The Celtics, the 2 seed, second, 1 game off the best record in basketball, made it to the conference finals, and proceeded to shit themselves in the conference finals. They were down 3-0 to the Heat. And I get that Jimmy Butler, turns into his dad and prime Michael Jordan in the playoffs. But holy shit, man. You are the 2 seed. Your fan base has anointed Jason Tatum and Jalen Dogshit Breakup Brown as the saviors of your franchise. Yet, you were down 3-0. Now, you brought it back to, Game 7. And then Jaylen Brown proceeded to shit himself in Game 7 while Jason Tatum was playing injured. So, what the fuck? The 76ers got beat by the Celtics as the 3 seed. The Cavs lost to the fucking Knicks with the squad that they have. The fuck?
Hey.
Yeah, what's up?
Don't disrespect the Knicks.
Alright, I'm not disrespecting the Knicks. I'm saying that the Cavs have more high-end talent than the Knicks. And lost.
Jalen Brunson disrespecter.
No, Jalen Brunson's a good point guard. I'm just saying that I believe the Cavs have more high-end talent. Now, does that make them a better team? God knows. But, in the series it didn't. Because they lost, in 5 games? Jesus Christ. The Nets got bodied, and the Hawks, I believe, also got bodied. And the Pistons, yeah, that's abysmal. The Nuggets grabbed the 1 seed there in the NBA Finals. The Grizzlies and NBA youngboy John Morant. Jesus Christ. What are the Grizzlies doing? On a real note. You have John Morant, who's a complete buffoon. Literally an idiot. Why are you flashing, weaponry on IG Live when you know you shouldn't be doing that? You act gangster when you're not. I don't understand. And I'm just
gonna step in and say that I don't think that you're necessarily the person to give an opinion on that, though.
Maybe not, but I really don't care. You're not
I would leave that up to people who have kind of more of a platform to stand on in that regard, and there have been plenty of people who have talked about it.
Oh, understood. Go to Shannon Sharp on whatever that show is called. It's disrespectful. And then also, you have arguably the worst player in NBA history in Dylan Brooks. I poke bears. What? No. Get out. The Kings.
I don't mean this in a bad way necessarily.
What?
But I can tell that a lot of you following basketball is from TikTok.
Oh, 100%. The Kings. Well, hold on. Hold on. You cannot get. Okay. Fuck. What's his name? The Jared Dudley of the Grizzlies. Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks is a garbage ass player. You can't, you know this, Jack. Do you know that? He's garbage. He isn't good. And as Draymond said, the dynasty starts after you, not with you, and that's a complete fact. I don't know if he's on a team anymore. I think they might have. No, he's in free agency. I don't know if a team has signed him yet. I don't think they're able to, but Dwight Howard has been, on the internet, been trying to get NBA players to join him. So you might want to join Dwight Howard. The Kings had an amazing season up until that kid. Steph Curry turned to Steph Curry, and that was that. The Suns. The Suns beat the Clippers. It's the Clippers. I don't know what to say. Like, they shouldn't. They didn't have Paul George and they didn't have Kawhi, I don't believe. So there's really, like, you're facing Russell Westbrook. Although Russell Westbrook played a little, he kind of turned back the clock a little bit, but still. And then they got absolutely steamrolled by the Nuggets. So, the Warriors played good. No, not really. The Warriors sucked ass on the road, and they sucked ass on the road in the playoffs. Alright. Lakers, you played good. LeBron was almost on the verge of retiring, and then he said he's going to play another season, which I don't believe that LeBron was on the verge of retiring, because he's stated that he wants to play with his son, and he's not going to retire, like, when there's, like, a year, like, he's, like, 2 years away, a year, 2 years away from playing from his son. There's no way he's retiring now. And the Timberwolves, and that's about it. Rudy Gobert was a bad experiment. Get rid of him. The Spurs got the number 1 pick. So they have now earned an absolute god in Victor Wembanyama. So, that's about it. Dame needs help, or to get out of there in general. And the Luka Kyrie experiment didn't really work because Kyrie wasn't never on the floor with Luka. What else? The finals are the Nuggets and the Heat. And Kevin's really playing. Anyway, it's the Nuggets and the Heat. The series is tied 1-1. Game 3 is going on right now. It's 22 Nuggets to 20 Miami Heat. I hope Jimmy Butler can win the series. But I'm not mad if Jokic wins. I actually really like Jokic. So, whoever wins. I don't know. Anyway, on to NASCAR.
Before we do that, I don't think I heard in your little soccer segment that Messi is coming to Miami, playing in MLS.
Oh, fuck, I forgot of that. Is that actually true?
Yes.
Like, do we know if that's actually, like, Barcelona really fucked it?
What do you mean Barcelona really fucked it?
Because Messi only wanted to go to Barcelona.
Messi's at a stage in his career where I don't think he plays for Barcelona. If we're being
Barcelona was going to try to make a bid for him, but with their financial situation being absolute horseshit, they weren't able to make a bid. Messi wanted to go back to Barca, but Barca couldn't make a bid because of their financial situation. So he either had Saudi or the MLS, and to be honest, he chose the better league. I think we're ranked above hold up. League rankings. I think the MLS is ranked above Saudi League.
Yeah, right, like a fair bit.
Yeah.
Saudi League is horrid.
What?
It's the definition of a farmers league.
We are 16th.
They're like 60th.
Oh no. We are. Oh god. We're below like we're below like all of Europe. That's really funny. I really like that. That's really funny. No, I thought.
What did you think? It's the sport that we put like the 5th most resources into, versus the number 1 sport in a lot of other places.
Basketball, baseball, football,
hockey,
yeah, 5th. That's true.
Although soccer's starting to catch up to and overtake hockey in a lot of places.
Yes.
In the U.S. Like,
Yeah.
I think actually MLS is bigger than the NHL now, but for youth stuff, soccer's still not anywhere near what it is elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still, I mean, Messi coming to the US is just hilarious on like just like a global level. Like, look at Inter Miami's follow count versus the MLS as a whole. Now that Messi,
on what platform?
I don't know, Instagram? Probably a safe bet.
3.7 mil. MLS. 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, let's take a look at They have more followers than West Ham.
Yeah. Well, you've brought like. I won't stir up conflict. I'll say one of the goats of the sport.
Nope, say it. The GOAT!
He's my goat. I'll put it that way.
No, he is... The only reason why Ronaldo is known as a GOAT is because he's older than Messi. Alright, let's get this
Messi
straight.
and Ronaldo also aren't the only two people in the GOAT discussion for soccer. But
I mean, they pretty much are though. Like that's like the main discussion. Like you have like Pele, Maradona, like.
Well, the discussion is between the two of them because they shared a generation.
Well, also because they have the best stats in all of football, like of all time.
Well, yeah, but a lot of the discussion isn't like which one's the best of all time. It's like which one's better between the two of them, because they were, obviously, Barca and Madrid. Like that is.
Yeah.
That is as like up against each other as it gets, right?
That's true. Yeah.
But anyway, on the other side of Saudi versus the US in sports,
Inter Miami has more followers than American United, and I think you know what I.
So the thing that doesn't surprise me about that though is keep in mind how small England is. Like I doubt that you follow every NFL team.
Fuck no.
Right? A lot of people are going to follow Miami because of Messi, not because they're huge Miami fans. The UK, I mean, they've got a lot of teams, and they're a relatively small country, both in area and in population compared to the US, where like, it's not like a huge gotcha that the team that just signed Messi has a bigger online following than a bottom tier about to be relegated Premier League team. Or is relegated Premier League team.
That's true. I'm saying that's true.
And on the other side of the American-Saudi sports thing, Live Golf and the PGA Tour might be quote-unquote merging, which seems a lot more like Live Golf is just acquiring the PGA Tour. It's not official yet, but it's been announced in some way, shape, or form, which that's disheartening, to say the least.
Yeah.
That, like, because, I mean, on one hand, it's just golf, right? Like, as far as things go, golf is certainly the kind of rich guy sport that you would expect could be owned by, like, the Saudi royal family without a ton of effort.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly the kind of thing that you think would appeal to the endless money pit that is, like, Saudi spending, like the F1 Saudi Grand Prix, right? That is another effect of, like, Saudi spending on just you build it, they will come type tourism mentality, where they have all of this money and are spending it on sort of questionable things. What I don't like about it is, yeah, maybe it's just golf, but that was quick. Like, the conflict about people getting mad at golfers for taking the Saudi money and playing for Live Golf feels so recent. And just like that, they've won.
Yeah.
Like, it's come full circle, and they're like buying the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
They have bought golf in a very short time frame.
Wait, did they buy golf, or was PGA Tour buying them?
From what I can tell, and some of it's speculation, because a lot of it, I think, is the PGA Tour wanting to save face by saying it's a quote-unquote merger. It seems a hell of a lot like they are basically buying the PGA Tour. But they're calling it a merger to, like, save the brand.
Got it. Okay.
But it's a little scary, you know? And obviously they're pouring buckets of money into soccer. Got Ronaldo there. They're paying Benzema, like, over $200 million a year for the next few years.
And he has his fucking image rights. Oh, they fucked over Ronaldo so hard. Ronaldo could have made so much more money.
Mind you, was directly from the royal family. And he could pick any team he wanted to with the same offer. That's not like the team giving him that money. That is literally them just bringing people to Saudi.
They gave Benzema, I believe they gave him image rights. Or something, like something rights that allowed him to, like, that Ronaldo didn't get in his deal or something like that.
I don't care too much about the fine details. I mean, they're both making obscene amounts of money.
Oh, 100%. Yo, Benzema, if you want to give me like $1 million or $2 million, you know, I'll take it, please.
Yeah, just cause, you know. But
please,
anyway,
I'll just take
back
it.
to NASCAR.
I can't believe they bought out fucking Benzema after fucking, what, 1-2 good years? Like, fuck off.
Okay, Benzema, like...
He's been good. He's been good, but he only had like he's only had like 2 true years of like fucking amazing, like possibly best player in the world play, and you give him that. Like, I don't understand.
Only one of the best players in the world for a few years. He's considered
one of the... Do you know? Oh my god, he's not even the best striker of this generation. You still have Loa and fucking Suarez ahead of him. You don't see them getting this fucking money.
He's widely considered, like, one of the best players ever. Not, like, up there, but, like, if we were talking about a Hall of Fame, he'd be a no-doubter.
Yeah. But they don't have Hall of Fame. They have the greatest of all time.
Okay. But it's undeniable that he's a huge brand, and obviously they spent the money on him for a reason. But anyway, NASCAR. Whew boy. It has been a month. But I don't really want to talk about that, because I don't really think people care that much about that. Bunch more people won. Controversy has happened. A lot more people have been penalized. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Okay. The one thing I do want to talk about for NASCAR is happening right now is that the NASCAR entry, Garage 56, for Le Mans, that's starting up now.
Yes.
And first of
Jensen.
all, it is... Yeah, it's being driven by Jimmy Johnson, Jensen Button, and...
Jensen.
Who's the third guy?
I don't know. Hold up.
I knew his name at some point, but I am less stupid.
It is Jimmy Johnson, Jensen Button. Shit. Where's it? Jimmy Johnson, Mike Rockenfeller.
Yes. So a few kind of tidbits on the Garage 56 car, and obviously don't watch the full 24 hours of Le Mans.
I will,
especially for an experimental car.
When is it?
Basically there as kind of a PR showcase. What?
When is it?
Soon.
I will definitely watch the entirety of Le Mans. I will stay up for all of it. Oh fuck, I can't do that. Alright, never mind. I have work.
Yeah, it's the 10th through the 11th.
Fuck.
But what they've already done, they won the Le Mans Pit Stop Challenge. The Garage 56 team did. So, you know, that's decent. They were faster than every GTE car in testing.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. GTE. I don't know what that means.
It's a class of cars.
Alright, so they're the fastest in their class.
Yeah.
Okay.
To put it simply, it's they don't really have any direct rivals because they're just there as like kind of a PR thing, kind of a cool like commemorative thing. But the reality is they're faster than the other cars in their class. They won the pit stop challenge. They've got talent behind the wheel. So, you know, respect NASCAR Cup cars.
Darton?
Another thing with them is if you look at some of the pictures of the car on track, it looks massive. And it's really funny to think of it that way. But I just want to remind people that, like, the car isn't actually, like, a NASCAR Cup car and the Garage 56 car are not actually, like, that big. It's that the cars that it's driving around are so small. Like, they're basically human-sized. And you can see pictures of people sitting inside them where they're, like, almost shaped around the person in it. Because, you know, lightweight, efficient, all of that. Like, an F1 car would dwarf the Garage 56 car. Oh, did you finally see Dalton's comments?
I did. I didn't fucking see them until now. I haven't been checking. I'm sorry, Dalton, if you see this.
But yeah, like an F1 car would absolutely dwarf the NASCAR Garage 56 entry. But if you look at pictures of like the NASCAR entry next to some of the other entries, like I just sent you one, Alex, but you know, I have no way of getting it on the screen for other people, but you can see how it looks massive in comparison.
Dalton said he cried for a whole 2 hours. Alright, sorry. Let me look this up. Why is it so chunky?
It's really not. That's what I was saying.
That looks chunky.
That's what I've been saying for a while.
But it looks chunky! Look at the car behind it!
I will repeat myself again.
Yes, sir.
That car behind it is basically human-shaped. It is big enough to hold the person driving it, and that's basically it. An F1 car would absolutely dwarf the Garage 56 car. F1 cars are massive. The Garage 56 car is kind of normal sized. Your typical Le Mans entry is going to be tiny. Like you can see in the background of the picture I sent you, another car that looks pretty big is a Porsche. You've seen, like, not huge cars you've seen in real life, and look how much bigger it looks than some of the, like, prototypes.
Alright, that's true. Okay, yeah. Alright. It looks chunky compared to the other cars next to it.
It does. And so a lot of people have been like, America, yeah! But
like
the reality is it's not huge.
Like one of the things I've sent you on TikTok that you haven't watched yet?
Probably.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That's my piece on NASCAR. There's been a lot more penalties of people modifying single source parts, and so the point standings are hilariously screwed up. NASCAR's golden boy Chase Elliott got suspended for a week for intentionally crashing someone.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What about, what the fuck's his name? I'm trying to look for him. I can't see him.
What are you looking for?
A wall ride dude.
Oh, Chastain?
Yeah!
What about him?
Why isn't he in the race?
In what race?
He won for Enjoy Illinois 300, presented by Ticket Smarter. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but he ain't here.
Was he one of the guys?
Oh, there he is! Oh, he just finished low as shit.
Yeah, was he one of the guys that... Oh, no. I don't remember what happened to him. Presumably, nothing good. He was leading the points until that week. He's still 5th in the points, so he's doing just fine for himself.
Yeah. I like.
Yeah, I don't actually know what happened to him. I know a lot of guys had brake failures, but no, he finished running. So
how did a guy who was running get less points than people who DNF'd?
So, if you DNF, you still have an opportunity to earn stage points.
What does that mean?
So at the end of, there are 2 stages during the race where the top 10 positions at that point in the race get points scaled back from like 10 for first place to 1 for 10th.
Got it. Okay.
So you could theoretically get 20 points, whereas if you win a race, you get 40, right? And then second place gets 35, and then it counts down by 1. So you could get 20 points and DNF if you won both of the first 2 stages by like being in first at the first 2 stages. So someone like Bubba Wallace actually didn't have a bad day. He was running pretty high, and then his brakes failed, and he DNF'd and finished 30th.
I like Bubba.
But like
Bubba. That's a fun name to say. Sorry.
But, you know, he got 7 points, which is like... what, something like 4 from his finishing position plus however many from the stage points. He was running up pretty high, and then his brakes just failed.
Damn it! Fuck you, Toyota. Damar Hamlin got 11th. Or sorry, he got 51 points. D. Hamlin.
That's Denny Hamlin.
Oh. That would have been cool if it was Damar Hamlin. Race car driver at night. Football player, but wait. Fuck. I fucked it up. Race car driver by day, football player by night. Make it happen. Get him on the track.
Dennis Allen Hamlin.
What?
I'm surprised you don't know who Denny Hamlin is. He's the FedEx car guy.
Monster? I see a Monster hat.
Yeah, that's because Monster was the sponsor of the whole series for a while. So pretty much anyone you look up is going to be in a
Lewis
Monster
Hamilton? Hat. Sorry, I associate Monster with Lewis Hamilton. Sorry.
That's an interesting association.
Why is that? It's on his fucking helmet. It's on his helmet.
Well, yeah, but he's one of very many people they sponsor, and in the U.S., I don't think he's even like top 5 most recognizable people sponsored by Monster. As far as like 4 being sponsored by Monster.
Who is sponsored by Monster?
Because I think for Hamilton, you think like Petronas. Or anything else at this point.
You mean the Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1 team?
Well, Petronas is the sponsor.
No, that'll do more bass. Alright, we have Dominic Cruz.
You can look that up later. What other sports do we have to cover?
F1! Oh, Ken Block! Oh my god. Okay, sorry. We have F1. It's been... I've liked it. I've liked it a lot. Especially this last race. But when May 28th postponed, May 7th, April 30th. When the fuck was the last one the Australian Grand Prix? I think it was. All right, Azerbaijan. Oh fuck it, I don't. Baku. It's fucking Baku. All right, fuck. Yeah. So in Baku, Perez won with Verstappen going second, Leclerc in third, Alonso. Oh, that was the only race he didn't get a podium in besides this one. Sainz got 5th, Lewis Hamilton 6th. Pretty much, Lewis Hamilton has been owning George Russell, and Fernando Alonso have been owning Lance Daddy's money, but still a really good driver, Strolls. Also, congratulations to your sister, Lance Stroll, who just got married a couple weeks ago. Lando Norris got points for the first time in the season. Yeah, that was Actually, it was the second time because he got points. The freaking yeah, he got 6 the other day. Yeah, fun race. There was 2 DNFs. Nick DeVries and Joe Guan Yu. Yeah, Logan Sargent didn't finish in last place. I don't know how, but he finished 100 seconds out of first. Go America.
That's pretty normal.
What? For
a back marker?
I guess. Yeah, that is normal, but I'm just... Please do better. In Miami, the first
I hate to
American...
break it to you, but he's not particularly good.
No, he's not, but I want him to do good because he's American,
he's a
alright?
driver at Williams for a reason.
Alright, shut up,
If you want an American, get on the Colton Herta train and get the FIA to give him a fucking super license.
Alright, FIA, give that motherfucker a super license. I don't know what his name is, but just give him one. In Miami, Verstappen got first, Perez second, Alonso got a podium, Russell in 4th, Carlos Sainz in 5th, Hamilton in 6th, Leclerc in 7th, Gasly in 8th, Ocon in 9th, Magnussen in 10th. For the first time, well, actually not the first time, but the French did not commit war crimes against each other during the race, so that's good. And then Logan Sargent obviously finished last. Very sad. Imola got canceled because it rained like 6 months worth of rain in a day or something along those. It was a lot of rain. I don't know what the exact amount was, but it was a shit ton of rain, and so they canceled the entire thing because Imola was flooded. Monaco was, I would say, a pretty good race. Yeah, I would say a pretty good race. Obviously, Max Verstappen got first, Fernando second. Ocon got his first podium of the season, which is nuts. Hamilton got 4th, Russell in 5th, Leclerc in 6th, Gasly in 7th, Sainz in 8th. Lando got another point, and Oscar Piastri also got points. Except Lando Norris, 9th place, got lapped. And everyone from 15th and beyond got double lapped. Kevin Magnussen and Lance Stroll did DNF. Lance Stroll was playing pinball with the walls, which I thought was hilarious. But again, Alonso pretty much did so much better than his teammate. And the most recent one, the one that happened this past weekend, the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, aka the Spanish Grand Prix. Max got first, but we have something that we haven't seen in a while, and as a Mercedes fan, de facto, I only like Lewis Hamilton. I like all the other drivers, but Lewis Hamilton's my favorite, so I'm a de facto Mercedes fan. And Georg Russell. But Mercedes had pace, which is weird because we haven't shown pace in at all the past 2 years. Even though I didn't watch last season, I do know of the shit show that Mercedes was. They made some upgrades. They made a floor upgrade, a suspension upgrade, and a side pod upgrade. And they finished 2nd and 3rd. Lewis in 2nd, George in 3rd. Hamilton qualified in 5th. Could have qualified front row and maybe given Max Verstappen something to worry about. Probably not, but, maybe. But he fucked up turn 10 in Q3 in qualifying, so he started in 5th. Lando got fucking 4th in qualifying, 3rd in qualifying. How the fuck did he get 3rd? On a real note. How? In the shitbox that Lando Norris has, he got 3rd in qualifying. What? Sainz finished in 2nd in quali. And Georg finished in P12, P13, something like that for qualifying, and Sergio Perez finished in 11th. He finished in 11th. He barely missed out of Q3. But it was overall a better race than normal, because it was weird. Both Mercedes finished on pole. Lance Stroll finished ahead of Fernando Alonso. Zhou Guanyu finished in the points. Charles Leclerc finished outside of the points. Lando Norris went from 3rd to 17th in a total of like 10 minutes. It probably was less than that, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he hit Lewis Hamilton's fucking car in the first like 20 seconds and had front wing damage, so he had to pit. And then he had to pit for new tires super fucking early. So he was literally like facing last place. Logan Sargent sucked ass like always. Bottas had surprisingly shit. But yeah, Charles finished in 17th in quali or 18th in quali. Maybe he was 19th. He was sandwiched between the Williams. That's all I remember. And he finished 11th. So not a bad race from him, but still didn't finish in the points. Yeah. Okay, that was it. Yep. And the next GP is the Canadian Grand Prix, June 18th. So 2 weeks.
Hopefully Canada's not still on fire by then.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Because Quebec is one of the biggest
I know.
parts that's on fire. But
I
it
know.
should hopefully be more under control by then.
Hopefully.
There's definitely a non-zero chance it gets postponed or canceled, but
Odds on me
what can
buying
you do?
tickets to the race and driving across the border?
if you're gonna go to one in North America, the Canadian one is by far the most affordable.
I do have work that day, but I can make someone do it for me, so...
Like, I am not kidding. It is way... if you flew,
I want to go.
it is way cheaper to go to Canada than it would be to go to Miami or Las Vegas. Even Coda's pretty expensive.
We'll think about it next year. We'll think about it. Wait, Coda. Where the fuck is Coda?
Austin.
Austin? Oh, yeah, I'm not going to
Circuit
Texas.
of the Americas.
I'm not going to Texas.
Coda.
You can miss me on that. No, thank you. I don't want to go to Texas. I don't want to go there. Nah, I'm gonna
I've
be
been to
honest.
Texas a lot.
I
Austin's
know.
really
but
nice.
my neighbors went to Texas, and they live in Texas, and they said it was terrible, so I don't want to go.
Interesting.
I want good food.
You trust your neighbors over me, that stuff.
Well, Jack, I know. Well, where did you go in Texas?
San Antonio, and I've been to Austin many, many times. Because
Is
I
the
fly
food
into Austin
good?
every time. Yeah, it's great.
Interesting.
It's like ridiculously good.
What food did you have?
That's why Charles
there?
Barkley's whole bit is that girls in San Antonio are all fat or something.
I forgot about that, but you just reminded me about that. Oh no.
It's good. Austin's a really fun place too. I'm a diehard Texas enjoyer. Except for their sports teams, but
I'm a Texas
everyone has
hater.
issues.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Texas hater. Fuck them Cowboys.
that's crazy.
Fuck the Cowboys.
The only place I don't like in Texas is Waco, but that's because I got dragged to Waco on like a 105-degree day against my will, and that's a long drive from San Antonio when you don't want to be there.
That's true. That's true. Oh, by the way, in news of Canada, it was yellow up here.
Yep. For the last 2 days, New York City has had the worst air quality of any city in the world.
Wait, even worse than fucking Canada? What?
City. Yes.
Oh, city. Okay. Got you.
It's not worse than like the source of it, and it's I don't think as bad as some places, even in upstate New York. I mean, if you look at the air quality map, it's crazy. Usually, the worst it gets is like yellow with some red spots on like a normal day.
Yeah.
So much of this area is like purple, where purple is like don't go outside.
There was like 161. Yeah, it's 170. Oh, fuck, it's gotten worse.
Yeah, by you.
It's gotten worse.
In New York City, it's like 330.
No. Ah!
Unless it's gotten better.
It's still unhealthy here. Wearing a mask outside is recommended.
It's unhealthy in Pittsburgh, and it is miles better in Pittsburgh than it is here, than it is there. Like right now, it's 70 in Pittsburgh. It's fine. Over by us, it's supposedly 272, according to my phone.
What the? It's 272. Where you at?
No, where you are.
Oh, for me.
The air quality
really?
index. Yeah.
Why does it say 179 for me? That's weird.
I don't know. It might be different sources.
Maybe.
I can send you my map, but
Yeah, can you send me? All right.
here.
Um.
But anyway,
Yeah. Anyway.
East Coast is on fire, and people from the West Coast are having some weird like suffering off. It's kind of strange. I don't know. They're pulling the whole like, oh, why is it that now it's on the East Coast? Suddenly it's a huge problem and everyone's reporting on it. This is just normal life for us on the West Coast. Like, yeah, when your sky was orange and red, people reported on it out the ass. Those pictures of like the red skies in Seattle are burned into my brain. Like, it's not like people just ignored you guys when it happened to you.
Wait, we purple in this? Alright.
Like, nobody was saying the West Coast didn't also have it. They're just talking about how bad it is on the East Coast right now.
Maybe we
But I'm
should...
saying, like, especially people from Seattle
if we
are like,
all,
yeah, well,
if we all collectively go to the source, we can spit on the fire and it will be extinguished.
I like the way you think.
Alright.
Like, people, like Seattle fans especially, Mariners fans are like, oh, why are the Yankees canceling a baseball game? Nobody cared. It wasn't a problem when it happened in Seattle. Like, okay. Like, it was huge national news. I think everyone and their mother saw the pictures of when it was happening in Seattle. It's not like it's being reported on anymore now that it's New York City. It's just huge news wherever the sky turns bright orange.
Yeah. That's, like, not good. Yeah, it's not good.
Speaking of not good,
Hey! Keep my wife's... No, wait, hold on. Keep my quarterback's name out your mouth!
Browns, who play in Cleveland.
You saved it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, that is the podcast. I don't know. Do you have any final remarks, Jack?
I went to an Altoona Curve game not that long ago, and I got a hat. It's an Altoona Pizza hat. On August 8th through 13th, I think, they're playing as the Altoona Pizzas, and I implore you, anyone who happens to be listening here, to both look up what Altoona Pizza is and to go look up their logo for it, because I am obsessed with the logo for it. And the purchase of the Altoona Pizzas hat might be one of my favorite purchases in a long time. Yes, that's the logo. Yeah, there you go. And it's great. And they're playing a full week dressed like that. And I love that for them.
Yes.
I decided I'd have nice final thoughts today. How about you? You got any?
You know, whoever wins the finals, I wish you good luck. I hope Jimmy wins it, because I really want Jimmy to win one. But if Jimmy doesn't win this year, there's always next year. Go Giants, and yeah, that's about it.
Look at us being positive.
Positive people.